Brother, what's up, my man?
Oh, you tell me.
Oh God, you just miss history, my friend. I mean, to be a basketball
I was like, why the fuck is he talking to me like fucking that? Like he was ready to fight. Like,
brother, this was like Tyson, Buster Douglas, dude. This was the first time in history that the number 16 team took down a number one seed.
who was playing?
It was a Virginia who was the number one overall seed in the tournament, playing University of Maryland, something something whatever, and they just took. Not only did they beat them, they beat the living fuck out of them, brother. I mean, when I was telling you just chill, man, I'm watching history. I mean, I watched the number.
I thought you meant the History Channel.
Bro, I just watched history take place in basketball, and I was like, oh my god, I cannot believe I'm watching this. And it was the most amazing thing. I watched the number one team go down. It was like, when you heard down goes Frazier, it was that. Like
Yeah.
by 30 times. Never, the number one, number, it was, let's see, the number one team was 135 and 0 versus the number 16 seed. And I just watched history take place.
The only difference is the down goes Frazier thing. They got paid.
Well, I mean, at least they were even matched. This was
True,
David
true,
versus
true,
Goliath, brother. I mean,
true.
this was not even close. I mean, I watched history take place tonight. I mean, when I watched the University of Maryland, Boston, whatever it was, take down, this was a number. This team had went through the ACC and they was 33-2. I mean, this was like they walked through the ACC, brother, and I mean they just beat every team like they was, and they just played the team. And I was like, man, my buddies, I was like, we're watching history, and they were tied
Right.
at halftime, 21-21, and when it went in the second half, it was like, bam, 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 and you just watched, Ali get taken down by. I can't explain it. I really can't explain it to you.
No, that's awesome. I just didn't know what you were talking about. Did you
Brother,
say you were
I
going?
told you, I said, hold up. I said, I'm watching history take place. I mean, and you know what a sports fan I am of every sport. And,
No, but what did you mean
and
when
when
you
I
said
told
you're
you, I said,
going clubbing?
huh?
What did you mean when you said you're going clubbing?
Well, I mean, I was going out to clubs tonight, but then I was like, okay, I can't go clubbing until I talk to my brother about this because um, this was just the most amazing thing I've ever seen. This was more amazing when Buster Douglas knocked out Tyson. I've never in my history of sports watched a number 16 seed team beat
What
number.
was the score? What was the final score?
Oh, bro, they beat him by like 30 points. It
Oh
wasn't even.
wow, it was a blowout.
Oh, yeah, if it had been. Mike, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Paul. If it had been like 1 or 2 points, I could have said, okay, bro, I get that. But it was like 30 points. I mean, they beat them like they stole something from their mama.
No,
Yeah, you like that? That's a good Southern analogy. You like that? You touched my
I've
mama.
always I've always said that. I've always said that.
Yeah, I'll beat you like you stole something from my mama.
Yeah, I've always said that. We say that back in Boston. That's a great. I love that line.
Yeah, but brother, I mean, I watched that. I mean, I could not believe I was watching that. I was watching history. I was watching history. That's why I said, bro, chill. I've got to watch this go down the stretch.
Yeah, I was just confused. I didn't know what the fuck you were talking about.
No, that's cool, bro. I mean, I love you.
But what's going on?
Man. Living the dream. Um, watching my brother Trump playing the reality scene.
Wow, what's he doing?
I don't know. I mean, he's Trump, man. Trump's Trump. I mean, you love him or you hate him, and my liberal friends hate him and I love him. So, I mean, Trump's my boy. I mean, ride or die, I'm gonna be with Trump.
I don't mind him.
I mean, how can you not like him? I mean,
I think he's fucking hilarious. So
Trump reminds me of me. So when I look at me, I was like, I actually,
no,
I mean,
no,
I mean,
no, 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 no.
you don't think me and Trump, I can hang out with Trump.
Yeah, you can hang out with him, but y'all ain't the same.
Oh yeah, you know who I would like to hang out with?
Who?
Bill Clinton.
Oh yes, yes.
Brother, if I could hang out with Bill Clinton for a night and us go out drinking,
I would. I would love that.
oh, you know who else I'd like to hang out with? And I don't even care which one of their names is, a Kennedy. If I could hang out with a Kennedy for one night,
What about our boy, the
who?
one we know everything about,
Oh,
Jack?
who, Jackie?
Jack Kennedy. John.
Oh, I would have hung out with John. And you know what, bro? I watched something the other night, and I don't know which one it was, but it was one of the movies. I don't know if it was Parkland or something, but they showed like him grab her hand right before the headshot went off, and I was like, "Wow, man, that must have been that was."
Oh, I think you might have seen Parkland then.
It was some clips I was watching, bro, on some of the movies. Hold on, go to the restroom. It was some of the movies I was watching, and like he grabbed her hand or something, and they was talking, and then all of a sudden the headshots go off, and it was a whole different thing because it was a whole different thing. It wasn't like conspiracy, it wasn't anything about this, but they just showed her grab her hand, and then the headshots went off, and
Oh, look at you! You get to go to the bathroom. I was just taking a shit, and you rushed me off the motherfucking toilet.
look, dude, I take a piss. I'm never taking a shit, okay? When we spar, I'm still gonna kick your fucking ass.
You rushed me off the toilet to tell me a basketball team won.
And you tell me when we spar, I'm gonna kick your ass. You know that, don't you?
Oh no, 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 no! No, especially the way you just made me get off that toilet. No, no, go now, go now. You said nah.
Man,
Nah,
what
you're gonna catch a slick jab on that for that one.
And I'm gonna go to the body. I'm gonna beat the fucking ribs out of your head when I'm drunk you to the ground.
Oh
Yeah, everybody
man.
knows we're just kidding. We say this.
Yeah, I know. No, totally.
Because I couldn't imagine that. And dude, that happened again to me the other day, bro. I told you about that. So I was going through McDonald's yesterday, and
Yeah.
so I'm sitting up there. I started going to the drive-through. Dude comes running out, gets in front of my car, jumps on the hood, and starts
Oh, I
like
would have beat his ass.
things. So I try to back up. Dude tries to jump in my car again, opens the door up. I take my 45 and stick right in between his eyes, and I was like, dude, you're fucking with the wrong guy. And he starts
Are
running.
you serious?
Yeah, dude.
I would have fucked that dude up. He jumped on your car?
Dude, I put that when he opened the door up, I had the 45 and I put it right in his head. I said, "You picked the right car again." I clicked and he goes, "I'm calling the police. You pulled a gun on me." I said, I'm fixing to splatter your brains out here if you don't back up."
Oh shit.
This is twice since it's happened to me in 3 weeks.
Yeah. And then what did he do after that?
He took off running aside and was calling the security guard out there, and I was trying to go to the drive-through. Security guard goes, "What's going on?" I said, "Dude, I don't know." I said, "The guy come over here tried to get in my car." I said, "I have a concealed carry permit." I said, "He tried to get in my car," and I said, "He jumped on me," and I put my fucking 45 right between his eyes and said, "I'm fixing to splatter your brains."
Lord, oh, damn.
And you know, Mike, I mean, you know, man, I'm a pretty laid back guy, man. I'm not really a violent person. I don't really,
No, no.
I mean, I'd rather be, you know, like I said a long time ago, I'd rather be friends with somebody and fight you, man.
Oh, facts. Definitely.
You know, I mean, there's no, but if I feel my life is in danger, or if I felt like if you was in the car with me, if I felt my life was in danger, don't think for a
Yeah.
minute I'm not gonna fucking take my chances with a jury.
Yeah.
Because one of my things I've always said in the profiles, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6.
Absolutely. Now that's a good saying right there.
You know, I'll take my chances. And, you know, I don't want to kill somebody, man. I really don't. I mean, but you know, when I somebody come and jump in my vehicle and you went into my safe haven, and you know, and my dog is sitting up there, and my dog's growling, and my dog's got in between you, then you threaten my life. First of all, I would put my life before my dog because I seen one the other day with this Delta airline. I called United Airline and I was like, "Hey, you know, if this happened to me, they put this dog up there, and the woman said my dog can't go up there, and the dog died." And I said, "You know, if that was my dog, that'd have kicked me off the plane." And
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
definitely. And if you would have tried to hurt my dog, that'd be like hurting me, man, because we would have got a war of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't know how much of an animal. I mean, I guess you probably do, but most people don't know how much of an animal lover I am, because I like
Yeah.
animals.
Oh, I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
Yeah, I like animals more than I like humans. You know, I think humans
Yeah.
come.
Well, no, I don't know about that, but
No, I think.
actually, actually, yeah, maybe.
Oh, I think humans are scum of the earth. I think animals, you know, I mean, an animal will follow. You know, a dog is your most loyal friend that will be with you
Oh,
to the end. You know,
the
so
best.
you want to fuck with me, you're gonna fuck with my. You fuck with my dog, you fuck with me, and you want to go down this road, we'll go
What
down it.
kind of dog? What kind of dog you got, Chris?
A Jack Russell, little bitty, you know, one of those little ankle biters.
Mhm. Yeah,
He's my
that's
buddy.
cool. Yeah, no, man. But we got two Boston Terriers. They're awesome.
Yeah, I mean they're cool dogs, man. You know, they're my buddy. You know, I go to bed with him at night. We wake up in the morning. He wakes me up, tells me he goes to go outside. He goes outside, give him a treat. Somebody tries
Yeah.
to touch me. One of my buddies, me and him was wrestling one night. One of my buddies was watching a game, and he was like, "You want to fight?" I was like, well, "I don't really fight." Dude. He goes, "Come on, man, let's fight." I was like, "So," and he was like a little stronger than me. So we start wrestling. The next thing I know, Talladega,
Oh,
you know, redneck Alabama, right? Uh,
yeah.
Guy gets right in between us, and he starts showing those little teeth and starts growling. And he goes, "Bro, is your dog fixing to bite me?" I said, "Buddy," I said, "he thinks you're hurting me right now, so it'd probably be best if you know," and you know, my buddy David was
Stop.
me. Probably best if you let me go right now because he's fixing to bite the fuck out of you.
Regardless of his size,
Yeah,
it'll hurt.
yeah. I said, he's showing those little teeth right now, and they're snarling. I said,
It only means one thing.
he thinks Daddy's getting hurt.
Yeah, ain't that awesome? How dogs do that shit?
Oh yeah, they would give. Oh yeah. And I've had to pull him back from people. Like, hold up, we're chilling.
It's like I wish girlfriends or boyfriends were that loyal.
Oh yeah, yeah. Fuck them.
You know, never girlfriends are never that loyal to me.
I don't think anybody's more loyal to you than a dog is. I mean, we domesticated them long ago, and I'll trust my life with a
Yep.
dog more than I will any.
Yeah, they all descend from wolves. That's the craziest part of it all.
That is, brother. Hey, did you get that thing that I sent you the other night about everybody's a gangster till a gangster walks in the room?
No.
Oh my God! I thought I sent you that. I thought I sent that to you. My sister sent it to me, and there's a picture of my boy John Gotti on trial, and he's looking at the camera and he's smiling and says, "Everybody thinks there's a gangster until a gangster walks in the room."
Oh, he was a bad dude, man.
Oh, that's my boy, brother. I mean,
Dude, that guy.
what did your father even said that I said? My quote was, "He died in his cage and never said a word."
That's what my dad said.
Yeah, but your dad quoted me, right?
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
He
I
said
mean, he got
I,
snitched on.
he died in his cage and he never said a word.
I told you, and then his son later on in life was trying to got in some trouble, and John Gotti told his son, "You never rat, even if you stole a fucking church, and the steeple of the church was sticking out of your ass. You don't admit to it."
You know what I told my friend the other day, and he told me he said Chris, he said I knew you so many times. He said, and when we got busted, he said I've never seen anybody. He said, and you lied so much. He said, and you told me. He said you said shut up. I'll do the talking. And he said, and I looked at you, and he said, and you was lying through your mouth, through your eyes. He said, and I knew you was lying. And he said, and you looked at me, and when you told me to shut up, you said, admit nothing and deny everything. He said, I'll do not say a goddamn word. And
Hmm.
he said,
Yeah.
and he said, and I could not believe, he said, you looked every detective in the eye. He said, you admitted nothing. You denied everything. You called them a liar. And he said, you called us a liar. And he said, you admitted nothing. And I said, Jay, I said, you never admit nothing. I said, you deny everything to the bitter end. You deny, you deny, you deny. You didn't see it. It wasn't me. You can't prove it. Put it in my hands.
Yeah, no,
He said, Chris, he said, you was the best liar I've ever seen in my life. And I said, it's not that I'm the best liar. I said, you just couldn't prove it.
and you also you don't be a dickhead to the cops either. You just you smooth it out. You bullshit them,
Well,
but
the
you
first time I ever went in there and they said, do you want me to handle this case for you? And I said, yeah. I was talking to a detective. And they said, okay, I'm Detective so and so. We're talking to Christopher Michael Peaks. This is. I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. I said, well, hold up now, brother. And I said, let's cut off the phone. Let's cut off the phone now. And I said, okay, we'll cut off. They said, all right. They said, so what's your name? I said, you know what my name is. And he goes, okay. He goes, well, we know where you were at. I said, where was I at? And he called it out. He goes, well, we know what the guy's name was. I said, who's the guy's name? So he called out. So he kept naming everything. I said, what do you need me for? And I said, he said, we need you to wear a wire and buy 3 buys from him. He said, and then we'll handle the case.
oh hell no.
I bust out laughing. I said, you know what? I said, detective, I said, by the time you get through processing me, I said, I'll be bailed out of jail. He said, so you're not going to work with us? I said, fuck you. I said, fuck you and fuck your cops. He said, you're going to jail. I said, I guarantee you by the time everything is processed, I'll be bailed out. He said, I'll bet you. And I put my wallet on the table. I said, everything I got against everything in your wallet. And he said, okay. He said, you're going to fucking jail. And he told some of the cops there, they grabbed me and they put me over and handcuffed me. I didn't resist, and they took me upstairs. And by the time that they processed me in, and my homeboy got down there and paid the bail, the handcuffs was taken off me, and my lawyer was there, and I said, I'll see you in court.
Who bailed you out?
My homeboy, my buddy Jay came out there and bailed me out. It was $1,000 fine, and I'm in the defense, excuse me, the detective said, I'm going to make sure you go to prison for 20 years. He said, because he said, what I've got on you right now, he said, I've got you 20 years to life. I said, okay. I said, we'll see you in court. By the time we got it up to court, it went all the way to district court in the state of Alabama and went to for a state judge, and they had a 3-hour hearing on it, and finally came out. My lawyer said, "Okay, here's the deal." He said it was illegal search and seizure. He said they had no reason to pull you over. He said, "I know they've got a pound of dope on you." He said, "but they had no reason to pull you over. They had no reason to pull you out of there." He said, "If you will plead guilty to disorderly conduct and pay a $100 fine," he said, "the case will be dropped." And I said, "Mike, you still there?"
Yeah, I missed that though.
Okay, so all right. So I don't know what you missed though. So finally they went through there and it was like a 3-hour hearing. And they finally came out there. My lawyer said, "Okay, here's the deal." He said, "If you'll plead guilty to disorderly conduct, pay a $100 fine," he said, "they'll drop the charges against you." And I said, "Okay." So I went before the judge, and the judge said, "Well, you plead guilty to this?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll plead guilty to it." And so I paid a $100 fine, and I called that fucking investigator. I said, "Guess what?" I said, "I fucking beat you. I won, motherfucker."
I hate when they do that shit.
Oh, he was threatening me with 20 to life, man.
That's ridiculous. Hold on, I'm just gonna post that thing about our website. I mean our YouTube page.
I mean, bro, 20 to life?
I know, that's crazy. There it is. All right. Yeah.
So you like that? I mean, if you get caught stealing churros with a steeple up your ass, you don't rat.
I love that. You don't like that one?
I do, brother, because, you know, every time I ever got arrested, they told me, they said, "Look," they said, "here's the deal." I said, "We'll put this on you." He said, "All you've got to do is tell." I said, "I don't know anything." And one guy, and they said, "Oh, so you're gonna be a tough guy? And you're not gonna tell?" I said, "You don't have anything on me." I said, "You can't prove it." I said, "By the time we go to trial."
That's fucking crazy.
I mean, dude,
But
they threatened me with 20 years to life.
what was the case, man?
All right, so here's the deal. So I went into a.
If you don't mind me asking,
No,
I mean,
I don't mind at all. I mean, hell, I ain't got nothing to lie about because I beat the rap. So
true.
I'm a white boy, okay? So I go into a black
What?
neighborhood.
Wait, what'd you say first?
I'm a white boy.
Oh yeah, okay.
So I go into a black neighborhood.
Okay.
So it's in a and it's in
Am
Homewood.
am I guessing right the reason why you were going there?
Yeah, I'm buying dope.
Yeah, okay.
So I go in there. So I see the cop follow me in. So I was like, okay. So I pulled in front of the place. Cop pulls around the back, and I watch him pull around the back and park. I'm like, okay, I'm not stupid. So he parks.
Yeah.
So I go in the place, and you know, it's me and the brothers hanging out, and we're playing dominoes, we're smoking, and we're lining things up, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Makes my nose itch, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So we're lining,
Skiing.
yeah, so we're lining things up. So I'm looking out the window, and I still see the cop car. So finally, the cop car leaves. So me and the brothers are still hanging out, and we're playing dominoes. Brothers like to play the dominoes.
Yeah, they do. I don't even know how to play.
Well, I do. I mean, I know how to play. When we're shooting dice, too, we was playing $100 a roll, and we're lining things up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Lining things up and lining things up. We're smoking a little bit.
Having a good time. Having a
Having
good time.
we're hanging out, man. We're talking some shit, playing some rap music. Me and the brothers hanging out.
Kicking it. Kicking it. Kicking
Yeah,
it.
a good time. So the guy left about 20 minutes. So after about 20 minutes after he gone, I thought everything was cool. So I got the shit, and I left. Well, as soon as I left the apartment complex, blue lights, bam. So I pull over. Yeah, cop walks up and goes, "What's up?" I said, "Not much. What about you?" He goes, "What was you over there in the apartment complex for?" I said, "Why are you asking me that?" And he goes, "Well, that's a black neighborhood and you're white." So a white boy can't come in
Wow.
a black neighborhood. He goes, "Well, I just don't know what a white person is doing for." I said, "So you're doing a reverse profile?" He goes, "You get smart with me, boy?" I said, I don't know who you talking to. I said, "I'm not a boy." I said, "I'm a grown ass man." He goes, "Step out of the vehicle." I said, "For what reason, officer?" He goes, "Either step out of the vehicle or I'm going to drag you out here." I said, and I started rolling my phone then. I said, no, I said, "This officer's to ask me to step out the vehicle." I said, "Okay." So then three fucking cars show up and they surround me then. So finally they pull me out there and they start searching me. And he's like, "Is there anything in the vehicle I know about guns, weapons, or anything?" And didn't say a word. They said, "I asked you, is there anything in the vehicle I know about?" I said, "Look, I'm not answering any of your questions. I refuse to answer anything." I said, "This is an illegal search and seizure. You have no rights to pull in there." So finally, they pull out there and they find one of my guns, one of my fucking switchblade, one of my uh, knives out there, like a 12-inch, my assault rifles in the back. They find a
Well,
fucking.
the guns, you're cleared on the guns.
Then they find a fucking um, ounce of cocaine
Oh.
and an ounce of marijuana,
Oh.
30 heroin tablets, and it goes to south there. And they start pulling me up there, and finally they start just jerking me around and everything right there.
Wait, what do you mean heroin tablets?
I'm sorry, it was heroin, like the yeah, I'm a little bit intoxicated right now. It was heroin pills.
What, like a Percocet or something?
Stronger than that. I'm trying to think of it off the top of my head. I can't.
Oxycontin?
Yes, OxyContin.
Oh, okay.
So it
Yeah.
goes up right there. So they charge me. So they come up there and they charge me with 20 years to 99 to life. And I was like, okay. And they try to get me to plead guilty to it. I said, "I'm not pleading guilty." So my defense
Well,
lawyer,
clearly you look like a drug dealer with that shit.
oh yeah, but my defense attorney was the best defense attorney in the state. The only thing he handled was capital murder cases. And the only thing he handled was if you got convicted of capital murder, then you took on his defense. So my defense attorney took on that, and he goes, "We're not going to take this line down." So we went to trial, and it goes up there and goes, "We're not going to take this line down." He goes, We're pleading not guilty." So it goes up there and it goes all the way to district court. So he comes in there and he goes, "All right." So he goes, "Here's the deal." He said, um, "They're offering you 3-year suspended sentence. You have to
Yeah.
guilty to it. He said, and they'll drop the cases. He said, will you take it? And I said, what do you think? He said, fuck no. He said, that was an illegal search and seizure. He said, we'll beat that. I said, you do it, John. So he goes there, goes, Judge, he said, we're going to strike the jury. He goes, and the judge goes, are you serious? He goes, yeah, let's strike. He said, let's take that shit to trial. And they struck the trial then. And my jury was out for 5 hours, and they came back with a hung jury. It was 11 to...
What was your defense?
What?
What was your defense?
Illegal search and seizure.
Yeah, I actually had that before too. That's serious. You can, I mean,
They had no reason to pull me over. They had no reason to pull me out. And finally, they came back out, and the jury, and they was going to strike another trials, and they came out there, and they came out, and they said, okay, they said, here's the deal. If you'll plead guilty to disorderly conduct and pay a $100 fine, they said, we'll drop all the charges against you. And I was like, okay, because John said, look, he said, look, we beat it once. He said, I don't know if we can beat it again. He said, you was facing 20 to life.
no. But yeah, that illegal search and seizure is great defense.
And here's what got me is my arresting officer was white, and I had 11 black guys on the jury.
That's definitely good for you.
Oh, that was John. When they struck the trial, John said, "Oh, and you know what the jury was? It was 11-1 for acquittal. Every black guy was voting for not guilty, and I had one white woman voting to convict."
And I'm sure that they mentioned that he was Christopher Peaks was hanging out in a black neighborhood, right?
Oh yeah, he said. So why'd you pull him over? He goes, well, he was in a neighborhood he wasn't supposed to be in. He goes, what do you mean in a neighborhood he wasn't supposed to be in? He goes, well, it was a neighborhood white people wasn't supposed to be in. He goes, what do you mean white people wasn't supposed to be in? He goes, well, he said it was a predominantly black neighborhood. He goes, oh, so you pulled him over because he was a white boy in a black neighborhood. He goes,
yeah.
Well, no, I didn't mean that. He goes, what do you mean, officer? He goes, what do you mean? He goes, well, he said, white people shouldn't be there. He said, so white people shouldn't be in that neighborhood? And then
so the jury in there.
I started looking at the black people, and the black people was looking at the officer going, and I could just see the fear in their eyes, and there I am dressed to a T. So he said, so you can't say a white boy can be in a black neighborhood? He goes, well, it's just not. And then the officer made the statement. He goes, well, it's just not right for a white person to be in their neighborhood. And then the black people just like their face, just you could see the blood run out of it.
Yeah, and I'm sure the jury when they heard you hang out in a black neighborhood, I'm sure they were like, oh, okay, so these brothers like him. So
when they heard him say that a white person shouldn't be in this neighborhood, and they had already put 3 of the brothers on the stand that said, yeah, he'd been in there. No, we didn't sell him dope. No, we don't know him. Yeah, he was playing cards with us. Yeah, he's one. And one of my officers, my defense attorney said, do you know him? He goes, yeah, I've known him. He goes, how long have you known Mr. Peaks? He said, 15 years. He goes, are you friends? He goes, yeah. He goes, well, how would you refer to him as? He goes, that's my boy. And you could have seen the black people's faces go, and they was like looking at him. I was like, oh, I said, we're winning that.
Yeah, definitely.
And the prosecutor says, I object to that. And the defense and my defense attorney goes, what do you mean you object? He goes, what do you mean you're his boy? And the judge goes, you need to calm down. He goes, do you need to act? He said, and the defense and the judge says, you can ask him if he's a member of something, but you can't ask him that. And the prosecution tried to redirect, said, what do you mean he's your boy? And the guy who's on stand goes, he's my homeboy. And he goes, what do you mean? He goes, and my defense attorney goes, no, you can't ask that right there. And he goes, and the judge says, hey, you need to calm down. He goes, now, what do you mean he's my boy? He goes, and the black he goes, he's my friend. He goes, he's my homeboy. He can hang out with us anytime. And you can see the black people just look at, and the prosecutor was like this 70-year-old black guy or white guy, and he was like just tearing him apart on the stand. And my defense attorney was firing right back at him, man. It was like a toe-to-toe match. But you could see all the black people's faces like, okay, you got this white boy hanging out with all the brothers. He's buying dope from the brothers. They're lining things up. They're having a good time. They're playing dominoes. And now you got this fucking white cop going to pull the white boy over and try to set the brother up. I mean, how did you think the black people going to...
No, that makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense to me.
I mean, all the black... I mean, like I said, it was 11-1. I mean...
I don't know what was going on with that one.
It was a white female.
Oh, okay. There you go. That explains it.
It was 11 black men and 1 white female.
Well, that explains that. So yeah, last night I ended up getting some other dude to fucking watch with me. I mean, do an episode with me. And he was just so fucked up on something, man. I couldn't get him to talk straight. We were going
last night, bro. But I was watching Alabama, and I was still sick, and I just really couldn't do it. And that's why I was like, get somebody else, because I'm probably not in the best of moods tonight. And then I kind of went to sleep, and I woke back up, and I watched an episode of maybe it was a clip of Parkland or something else, and I seen John hold Jackie's hand. It was right before the shots rang out, and I don't know if it was Parkland or some other movie, and it was
if that's the case, wait a minute, they held hands before all the shots rang out?
Yeah, I don't know if it was Parkland or something else, bro, but it was something else was going on with that, but it was one of the movies they made, and it showed them hold hands, and then the shots rang out, and it was like, all of it was kind of ringing home. And then I was watching, I pulled clips up with Parkland, and it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of bringing a lot of things home. I was like just watching all of that and trying to, fathom like her being that close. And I'm going to conspiracy with you, because we all have our opinions about it, but her being that close and watching his head ripped off, and thinking about what did she go through the rest of her life.
Oh my God.
I mean, your lover, your father, your
Chris, you know how close her head was to his head.
I mean, yeah. Not even talking about her dying, but I mean, she had to suffer from such post-traumatic stress disorder the rest of her life. I mean, I can't even fathom.
The father of her children, his head exploded right in front of her.
Right in her lap. And I'm not arguing conspiracy one way or another. I'm just trying to put myself in her shoes at that point. You understand that, don't you, bro? I mean,
yes.
But just to watch that explode right in her lap, yeah.
Poor lady, man. Poor lady, and it's so spooky how Conley's wife just said to John F. Kennedy, "You can't say Dallas doesn't love you."
You can't say Dallas doesn't love you.
Boom.
Well, you know what, bro, I was going to talk to you about? I talked to somebody about this earlier, and you asked me if I believe in ghosts. And I had a dream the other night about my father.
Right.
And I've never had a dream like this before in my life. But I was talking to him like me and you're talking right now.
Okay.
And he was telling me about where he's at. And he said, I'm at a place right now. And he said, there's different levels for different people. And he kept explaining the levels. And he was explaining the level that he was at. And he said, there's this huge green pasture with this lake and this river that's going through it. And he said, and every now and then, he said, we come back for somebody. And he said, we bring them back here to this place. So me and him was kept talking. And he said, we came back for such and such the other day. I can't remember whose name it was. He said, but then we got called back because it wasn't their time to come here to this place. And I was like, well, you know, Daddy, I said, yeah, I remember the day that you died. And he goes, I'm not dead.
Oh my God.
And I said, do what? And he goes, I'm not dead. And I was like, Dad, I was like, I was there the day that you died. I said, I was in the room. He goes, son, he said, I'm not dead. He said, I'm here in this place right here. And he said, and he kept explaining this place, and I kept, because you'd have to know my father, so I quit arguing with him. He goes, I'm here. He goes, I come, and he said, we come back, and we get these people every so often. He said, and very soon, he said, we'll come back and get y'all too. And
How did you interpret that? Did you just interpret it as your brain was just, functioning on some trippy shit as you were dreaming? Or somehow it was real?
I think it was real.
I can't I can't blame you on that because I can tell you a story almost identical to that. I'm living in
Mike, you
Boston.
know me as much. Let me finish telling you the story. You know me as much that I did, but we talked, and when he told me so many things that I'd never. And when I woke up, and this was before I even quit. I mean, I woke up and I remember everything. Mike, and you know I'm not a religious person, but
Uh-uh. Yeah.
I believe I, I believe he was talking to me. I, I've never felt more when I woke up from like a wide awake dream, and I was like, oh my God, I mean, that was almost real. I could hear his voice, I could hear everything about it, and he was telling me everything that was going on.
Okay, well, do you think it's at least possible that it was just your mind in dream state?
No, Mike, I don't.
Because dreams can get trippy, man.
Mike, but I've never had a dream like that before.
I'm not trying to. I'm not because listen to this. When we were living in Boston, my mom's from North Carolina, and she had a dream in the middle of the night saying, "You need to come home." And when she woke up the next morning, her mother was dying.
Yeah, I mean, I've had that with remember my grandmother doing that before, but that was the most surreal dream that I've ever had in my life. I mean, when I woke up, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. I was in a dead sweat. I mean, and I could remember every word that he told to me, and he explained where he was at. And I told him, I said, and I remember telling him, I said, well, I remember the day you died. And he goes, I'm not dead. And I said, yeah, you were. I said, yeah, Dad. I said, you're dead. I said, I was there with you when you died. And he goes, no, son. He said, I'm not dead. He goes, I'm at this place now. He said, where you don't die anymore. And
What,
I
what did he die? What did he die of?
congestive heart failure.
Oh shit! Yeah.
And I kept talking to him, and it was like, I was like, oh my God. It's like, He doesn't know he's dead.
Yeah, like nothing changed.
Yeah, and he kept telling me about these people that would come there, and they was coming to get me, and it was like, he said, and soon we'll come for you. He said, but we'll come for you when the time is ready.
That's some trippy shit, brother.
He said, I will come for you in due time.
That's some trippy shit, brother.
And you know what? I'm not scared of that.
Oh, I'm not either.
But you know what? Man, you're right. I've never been scared of it.
Not at all.
Because one boy said the other night, was talking, and he said, yeah, he said, sometimes he said, I seen you the other night. He said, and you was in the bar. He said, and you and this guy was talking, and the guy kept getting smart with you. He said, and you never lost your cool. He said, until the end, and the guy got smart with you. He said, and I seen you slam your fist down at the bar. And he said, and he said, if you don't, he said, you got two choices. You can walk away from me, or I'm fixing to slam your face down the bar. And he said, and your eyes just glossed over, and you got this 1,000-yard stare. He said, and he said, I realized then. He said, you're not scared of dying. I said, no. I said, I'm not scared of dying. He said, I really thought you was going to hurt that guy. I said, I wasn't going to hurt him. I said, the last thing I want to do is get in a fucking fight, man. I said, but
That 1,000-yard stare, I know it. I know it.
he said, when you looked at him, he said, your eyes just glossed over. And he said, you had this stare in your eyes. He said, I thought you was fixing to kill him. And I said, well, he kept asking me a question, and every time I tried to answer, he would cut me off and start calling me stupid. I said, and he said, well, the last time he said that, he said, your eyes just glossed over. He said, you looked at him. He said, and that look in your eyes, he said, I thought you was fixing to, he said, when you hit the bar, and he said, and you reached for him, he said, I've never seen that kill crazy. I said, well, I didn't want to do it. I said, but he kept pushing me. He said, but he said, you had that 1,000-yard stare from a combat vet.
Uh, uh, that's a very unique stare.
And I don't get it a lot, Mike, because I think I'm a very, I don't want to say passive guy, but I don't want to fight
No,
somebody.
you're just not confrontational. That's all.
I don't really want to say I'm not confrontational. I don't want to say, I just want to say I'm not going to back down. And when it kept going to the point that it's like, okay, you keep questioning me about, well, okay, here's what it started over. So I'm sitting beside one guy, and we're sitting there and we're having a drink, and this guy goes, you look kind of crazy. And I was like, well, why do you say that? I was like, I'm really a laid back guy. I'm sitting there having a drink. He goes, well, who'd you vote for in the last election? I said, well, who'd you think I voted for? He goes, you voted for Trump.
Oh,
And this guy beside me goes, you voted for Trump? And I said, yeah, I voted for Trump. So then it starts going from that right there. Why'd you vote for Trump? I said, well, well, first of all, it's my constitutional right to vote for whoever I want to vote for. And then it starts escalating right there. And then it went to the point, and then it got to the point to where that I felt threatened. And he goes, and then the last thing, well, I think you son of a bitch. And I said, what you say? He goes, you son of a bitch. And I hit the bar, and I was like, you, and my friend said, he said, your eyes glossed over. And he said, I seen that look in your eyes. And he said, when I seen that, he said, I know that look that you get. He said, and I knew that you was fixing to.
yep.
He said, when your eyes gloss over and you get that 1,000-yard stare, he said, I've seen that before. He said, I seen that one night with you, with that guy in that bar, when that guy hit you in the mouth. And I said, well, I really don't want to do that. I don't really like getting into a fight with people.
So how did it end? Did it just?
Well, I punched the fucking bar in the. I punched my hand in the bar, and I grabbed him by the shirt and pulled him to me. And then George, who was my friend, the bartender, got me off of him. And I said, and he goes, Chris, leave him alone. I said, well, tell him, leave me the fuck alone, because I'm fixing to beat his goddamn eyes out of his head.
God damn.
I'm sitting here all alone by myself at the fucking bar, and you gonna come up fucking with me, okay? Quit fucking with me. I didn't fuck with you.
How old was this guy?
He's probably late 20s, I guess.
Yeah, that's some crazy. That's crazy.
But I was like, quit fucking with me, dude, because I'm not fucking with you. I don't go into a bar trying to start a fight. I don't go into a bar trying to start fucking with anybody. Don't fuck with me. I'm not gonna fuck with you. I'm gonna sit here and sip on my drink. You leave me the fuck alone. But when you invade my territory and I feel threatened, then I'm gonna fire back.
I don't blame you. Especially when you're just sitting there trying to have a drink.
And I don't like it, Mike. I'm not that kind of guy.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
When I finally hit the bar and grabbed him by the shirt, he goes, I need to get away from you. I said, I think that'd be the best. I think that would be in your best health for you to walk away from me right now.
You said that, or he did?
No, I said that when I hit the bar and I grabbed him by the shirt and he goes, I need to walk away from you. I said, that would be in your best health to walk away from me right now.
Right.
Because my next punch is not going to be on the bar.
Right. Yeah. I get it.
But here's the thing that's crazy about it is I was like, I voted for who I wanted to vote for. That's talk shit to me about who I voted for.
Why did that even come up?
Somebody asked me who I voted for in the race, and I said Trump.
Yeah, I know, but that's just a stupid thing to come up.
No, well, I mean, if you ask me who I voted for, I tell you who I voted for. Don't get mad at me when I tell you I voted for Trump.
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, I didn't ask you who you voted for, and I don't really care who you voted for.
Nor do you care.
Mike, where'd you go, boy?
Huh? I'm right here.
Yeah, I don't want to fucking, I voted for my boy Trump.
Yeah. So, you think you would have beat his ass?
Oh, I'd have killed him, man. I'd have beat that fucking Queen's ass out of his. I'd have beat his eyes out of his head. I'd have hurt him. First of all, my hands are a lot quicker. I was a lot stronger than him. And then.
How tall are you, Chris? How tall are you?
6 foot.
Oh yeah, the same height as me. So you got some reach on you.
Well, you need. I'll show you. When we meet each other, I'll show you my reach. I've showed somebody my reach, and one of my friends, he said, when my dad trained me, And he goes, well, I'm 6'3", and I said, all right. I said, reach your hand out, and my reach is probably somebody like 6'4", 6'5". Man, I reach.
Oh, yeah, you're one of those. You get that
I,
freaky.
oh, I have such a reach. I mean, one of my friends, he's like, oh my God, I cannot believe you can reach. I said, yeah. I said, I can reach. I mean, my friend was like 6'4", and my hands would touch his face, and he was like 3 inches shorter than mine. So my reach is so long. Yeah, I'm one of those.
Yeah,
And then my hands
dude.
quick. My hands are probably faster.
Those two things together right there are lethal.
My reach and my hands were quick. That was what's made me good. I mean, because I don't ever. I told you when I was in the army, I was a boxer.
Yeah, you told me.
And you remember what I told you my record was?
I kind of forget, but you did tell me, but I forget.
37, 4-2.
2 draws?
Yep.
How do they do it in the army?
Um, it depended on which. I mean, which division you was in. Sometimes they had two judges. Sometimes they had three. Sometimes they had one. Uh, I had 30. I never had a knockout, but I had 32 TKOs. Um, so basically, I mean, they did it where you had judges too.
But y'all didn't go 12 rounds, did you?
10.
Oh, okay. 10 rounds is still a long time. People don't realize that.
That dude, brother, when you went out there, because when you go 10 rounds at 3 minutes each and you're welling on each other, that's a long fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Even just from being tensed up on defense, that wears
I've
you
got
down.
my left eye that I'll show you. I don't know if you can see it right here, but I got a cut over my left eye where this guy cut me in the ninth round one time.
I can't see it, but I got the same one.
Because I can remember my trainer was going, "Okay, Chris, it's not that big of a cut." He said, I need you to keep your right hand up." He said, "You got to keep your right." And I was like, "I'm left-handed. I can't do that." I can say, I can.
I got it on both sides.
Because it was almost like saying that he said, "Okay, Christopher, it's not a big cut," and you can say it right here too, because it's not a big cut. He said, "Come on, Chris, I need you to keep your hands up." And I was like, he said, "You're leading on the cards. I just need you to hold on for 2 rounds." I was like, I said, I can't see. I mean, because the blood was going out of my left eye.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I was trying to hold my right eye up, and he was like, "Come on." He was trying to put he was putting that damn, that thing.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
He was trying to hold. He goes, "Come on, Chris, I need you to talk to me. Look at me." And I knew I already had a concussion then. I'd already been hit so many times in the face. He goes, "Come on, Chris, talk to me." He goes, "Look me in the eyes." And my eyes were going down. He goes, and I could not see in front of me.
Yeah. What are you trying to grow your beard out too? I am.
Yeah.
You got a better one. You got a way better one than me, man.
That's because I'm a man.
Fuck you, bro.
Ring, I'm gonna wear your ass out.
This shit just looked like I got dirt in my face.
I'm gonna knock you out in the second round.
Oh, I thought you weren't playing like that. You didn't want to fight like that.
Nah,
Knockout.
I ain't gonna hit you hard.
I am.
You gonna hit me hard?
No, I can't do that to you, dude. I love you.
If you hit me hard, I'm gonna have to hit back now.
No. There's a scar. Oh yeah, I got my nose been broken.
Oh, I broke mine 3 times. I mean, can you
Fucking
not?
sucks.
God, I hated that. I
What,
came
the nose break?
like 6, and my dad would take the bag and he'd take it and he'd swing it and knock me down and say, "Get up, get up."
Oh, now I remember the thing you're talking about that they put in your eye. The end swell.
Yes.
I couldn't remember the damn name.
I was in the 3rd Infantry Division. I was fighting this Russian guy. It was almost like the Rocky movie. I mean, they was like, and, oh my God.
Drago! Drago!
I was beating the fuck out of me.
He was?
Hell yes, he was.
Was he going to the body?
No, he was a lot bigger than me. He was like 6'5", and they were like,
Oh Lord.
huh?
I said, oh Lord.
Oh yeah, I mean, he was beating the fuck out of me, and we went the whole distance because I kept. Here's the thing: was he kept swinging high, and I kept ducking, and I would get inside his punches, and I was beating the fuck out of his body, and I knocked him down 4 times in the last 5 rounds.
Yeah.
I'd put him on the
Chop,
ropes. I was like just welling on those ribs.
chop the body. Eventually the tree will fall.
And then, of course, I'm not. I hate to admit this, but a few times, as I kept hitting the body and he ducked his head, I put a few
Uppercut.
elbows. No, I
Oh
put
yeah.
a few elbows to the forehead. When you keep getting,
Tyson style.
oh, and then I headbutted him twice right in the nose.
Evander style.
Was bigger and stronger than me.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Well, they should never put me in the corner with him.
No.
Oh,
No. Absolutely. That's way overboard.
I'm 6 foot, 150 pounds. He was 6'5", 235 pounds.
You said you're 6 foot what?
6 foot, 150 pounds.
Right now?
Yeah.
You light, man.
Oh, I'm very light, but I'm also ripped. I mean, you should see. I mean, I'm so fucking cut.
If you got up to like 170, you'd be a monster.
Well, the last fight that I fought, I was 6 foot, 172 pounds, and I fought a guy in Dusseldorf, Germany. It was 6'3", 180 pounds, and I beat him in 7 rounds. I mean, I fucking wailed on him.
Now, when you go in there, do you go in there with a game plan, or do you just go in there and go ballistic?
Well, my trainer that when I was in there in the army, he trained me, and he said you have the reach. He said you have the speed. He said I'm going to unleash you like a tiger, and he would just unleash me and said just go. And now when I got older, they would train me more of like being a defense fighter, and I didn't like that because I didn't know how to do it.
Staying on the perimeter, and
Yeah, because all I knew was to go for the throat.
right. It's such a fun game.
Which is cool because I mean, the times that I got, I mean, my 4 losses was the time that I was going in that I was leading going into the late rounds, and then I missed, and some guy just clocked me dead in the fucking jaw and dropped me.
Oh, he countered you.
Yeah, it dropped me, and I was like out. And I was like, oh my God, this guy just clogged my time.
Seeing the stars.
And I couldn't get up.
No, it's impossible. You're all wobbly and shit.
Oh, I mean, I remember one losses. I was trying to like he knocked my mouthpiece out, and I was trying to get up, and I fell back down. I was trying to put the mouthpiece in, and the ref wouldn't clock it. He hit me again. I was like, and fell back down. I was like, oh my god, get him off me! Done. I'm over. Okay, he won.
Enough now.
Son, I got clocked. I've never been clocked that hard in a fight in my life, and he clocked me. And when I went down, I mean, I was trying to find the mouthpiece and got and he hit me again. I was like, done. I'm over. Okay, I'm not getting hit again.
That's like Tyson versus Douglas when he was trying to pick his mouthpiece up.
Well, I mean, you know what? There's no telling how many times that I've had a concussion.
Same here. Same here. If I think about it too much, it worries me.
Well, not only that though, but I remember when I played football and I was a running back, and I can remember getting hit so
Oh
much.
yeah, that'll do it.
I remember I was, like I said, I only weigh 150 pounds. I remember we was playing a playoff game one time, and I got hit by a goddamn linebacker who went to Auburn. This guy was 6'3", 235 pounds. He hit me coming across the line and knocked me out.
And back in those days, it was a lot easier for guys to juice up.
Oh, that I remember the coaches came out there. They pulled me over the sidelines. They was putting the smelling salt in my nose and get up, get up, get up. And I couldn't even walk. And they was like, get up, get up. My dad was like, get up, boy, get up. They was like, you just got your bell rung. I was like, no, I can't even talk.
Hey man, at least you tried. That's what counts.
Well, no, then they put me back in. I remember that guy hit me again. I was like, oh my God, he hit me so hard.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm saying you got in the ring with him, man. That's brave.
Well, I didn't know anything about. I didn't know any different about it, Mike. I mean, you should have known my old man. My old man didn't take weakness was a sign of, or getting knocked down was a sign of weakness. You didn't get knocked down. You got up. It didn't matter how many times you got hit. You got up. And if you got knocked down, you got up. And if you didn't get up, you was a pussy. He was a tough son of a bitch.
Would you say he was Russian?
My dad, no.
No, the guy you fought.
Oh, yeah, he was a Russian guy. Yeah, he was 6'3", 235 pounds.
Yeah, they're tough people, man.
They put me in him with these in Düsseldorf, Germany.
Wow. I would love to go there.
I remember that guy. I mean, it was like the Rocky Balboa fight. I mean, I remember that guy kept hitting me, and I remember one time my trainer he goes, just lay down. I was like, no, I'm not laying down. And the other guy who was running, he goes, he goes, that boy is crazy. He said, I can't kill him, and I can't.
Huh?
I said the guy who I was fighting told my trainer, said, you've got to stop this fight. He said, I can't knock him out and I can't stop him. He said, you've got to stop this before I hurt him, because he said, because this boy will not quit.
You know, some people, some athletes just have that really bad. Like Michael Jordan. Do you know how bad Michael Jordan hated to lose? Not just basketball.
Mike, I had that. I mean, I could not stand to lose. I mean, when I coached, I mean, I would tell my teams, I said, you refuse to lose. I mean, it comes down to a mental mentality. You refuse to lose. I said, I will not be defeated. You will not beat me. I don't care how many times you knock me down. We will not lose. And I remember we was walking into a basketball game one time, and I told my team, I said, sit right here. Do not move. And my 7 boys sat down beside me, and I sat down there, and I had my best suit and tie on. And this guy comes walking in, he comes prancing by my players, he goes, we're fixing to beat your ass. And he was just dancing in front of us. I said, my boys said, just sit, boys. Just sit. He goes, I'm fixing to beat your ass. I said, you got about 15 minutes. I said, when this game's over with, I said, then you can talk everything you want to. And he said, and he kept walking back in front of me, prancing me. I said, just sit, boys, just sit. He said, it's okay, it's cool. Just calm down, calm down. I was walking from my players. I said, calm down. I said, and he said something to me. I said, look, I said, you've got 1 minute before this game's over with. I said, and I'm fixing to take the leash off my pit bulls. And when that game started, before 5 minutes was over with, we was up 35-2, and I was sitting down on the bench. And I took my jacket off and I took my tie off, and I handed my playbook to my second team, and I said, "Hey, you call the plays right there." At halftime, it was 55-4. At the end of the game, it was 75
What?
to.
What?
Oh, I wouldn't call the dogs off.
Oh, that's like the USA team from '92,
Oh, and he
just
walked
blowing.
because it was really because you would. He said you didn't do that. I said, look, bro. I said I said you asked for it. I said you wouldn't leave me alone. You kept talking shit. You kept walking from my players, and I told you. I said if you don't leave my boys alone, I said I'm fixing to take the leash off of them. I'm fixing to let my puppies go.
Who let the dogs out?
And I took the leashes off my puppies. I was like Bobby Knight.
Yeah. Do you remember how that '92 Dream Team used to blow those teams out?
Oh God, we used to beat them like by 70 points.
Michael Jordan.
My teams were called Chris's Cutthroats.
I yeah. But yeah, Michael Jordan had that real bad. He couldn't stand to lose in anything.
Refuse to lose. I refuse to lose. You should see me in baseball games. In baseball games, I remember I grabbed the umpire by the fucking shirt one night over a game, over a call at home plate.
I don't think many people realize around our age, 30s, early 40s, late 20s, how great Michael Jordan was. We got to
You don't
witness
understand
this
my.
man.
And here's something about me is I quit coaching because of one thing, because it was unhealthy for me to coach kids because I could not fathom the idea of losing a game. And it's not healthy for me to coach kids when you're going to lose some games. So I quit coaching because I got kicked out of. I remember getting kicked out of an all-star game in North Alabama one time, and me and an umpire at their home plate over a call at home plate, me grabbing him by the breastplate.
Temper, temper.
So what? No, he missed the goddamn call.
No, I know. I'm just joking.
I mean, maybe he got the call right, but where I said it was, he missed it.
You got the Michael Jordan disease, man.
I, there's no way that I can. There's no way acceptable. There's nothing. There's no way that is excusable for me to lose the game.
Some Michael Jordan disease.
or Bobby Knight or Nick Saban or Bill Belichick.
Yeah, but no, they got it different. Michael Jordan had it really bad. He had it the worst. There ain't nobody that had it that bad.
I don't know, Mike. If you ever seen me coach a game, when I mean, I got kicked out of so many goddamn games.
Yeah, but we ain't gonna compare you to Michael Jordan, man.
I won as many championships as he did.
Not against the same powerhouses that he
You
did.
know, Mike, when you win 12 championships, and I don't care if it's little league football, basketball, baseball, I don't care what league it is, when you win that many championships, it doesn't matter.
It's impressive. It's very impressive.
I mean, I can remember one time my kids. I mean, we was in a game and Tarrant and it's like and I went off and my kids like fucking grabbing me and I let me tell you something. When I coached, I was impeccably dressed. I mean, I had a shirt and tie and $1,000 suit on, and I can remember one time my kids pulling me to the sidelines, and me going off at officials.
Now, what type of league was this?
Usually, I coached 12 to 15-year-olds in basketball. When I coached football, I usually coached offense between 10, 12-year-olds. When I coached baseball, I was always a pitcher's coach or the manager. Because I had a
Yeah,
pitcher one time. I remember I was coaching pitchers. I had a pitcher that could throw a 95 mile an hour fastball and could throw an 88 mile an hour breaking ball. And I called pitches for him. I was like, this is the best kid I've ever coached.
he could throw like that.
Oh God, at 12 years old, and everybody was, giving me credit for him. I said, hell, I don't need credit for this kid. I said, this kid.
Right,
I said,
right.
I said, this kid's just the best kid I've ever coached in my life.
Whatever happened to him? Did he go have a good career?
I don't know, Mike. I really don't. I mean, I quit coaching him after he's like 12 years old. So I don't know what happened.
Well,
I had some good kids. I mean, I coached Marquise Mays.
I didn't hear what you said there. You broke up.
I said, I don't know whatever happened to him, Mike. I mean, he was a great player. I mean, he was good, man. He was good. I mean, it wasn't that he was that good of that I was that good of a coach. He was just that good of a pitcher. I mean, I could just call any goddamn pitch that I wanted to call. I mean, I would call a breaking ball, a curveball, a slider, whatever I wanted to call. That kid could throw it. And I had a catcher who was so good. I'd tell him, I'd give him the call to line up on the right side of the plate and throw a breaking ball. And that kid make a breaking ball that he'd call a breaking ball that break 12 feet. It wasn't that I was that good of a coach; it was that good of a pitcher.
Pitching's tough, man. You can blow. They typically they always have goddamn shoulder problems.
Well, see, I was always good with my pitchers because I would not let them throw that many pitches, and I would not let them throw that many breaking balls. I mean, because when you're dealing with a kid between 10 to 12 years old, I mean, it's not natural for you to throw over. So, I would only let them throw so many pitches.
Right.
About 50 to 60 pitches is all I let them throw. But I got thrown out of an All-Star game one time, man. We was in an All-Star game. It was 1-0. I got thrown out of a pitch that I thought was a strike. And I came out of the dugout and called a timeout. And me and the umpire got into it. And he took his mask off and he had glasses on. I said, "That's why you couldn't see that pitch." They said, "You're out of here." And I said, "You blind bastard." And I remember my catcher getting in between me and the coaches had to pull me off of him. And I got thrown out of that game.
How long ago was all this, Chris?
I was years ago, Mike. I got thrown out of a game one time. And I told him, I said, I told the umpire, I said, "I want you to know," the game was over with because I'd argued to call a home plate. So I was walking out there. I said, "I want you to know," I said, "that call you made at home plate cost my team four runs, and it cost me that game." He goes, "You're out of here." I said, "What do you mean I'm out of here? The game's over with." So I walked up there, and you had to sign the dugout, and the commissioner goes, "Chris, you know you got thrown out of that game." I said, "What do you mean I got thrown out of that game?" I said, "The game was over with." So he goes, "You got to sit out the next game." I said, "I'm not sitting out the next game." I said, "I'm going to coach the next game."
Oh, shit, yeah.
So it escalates right there. So I went up there. So I had to sit out the next game. We went all the way to Dizzy Dean, to the head of Dizzy Dean baseball league had to come up there and decide that if I had to sit out. So they had to decide to sit out. So before we walked out of that game, before we had to sign the next game, me as being the manager, I had to sign the roster. So I walked in, I signed the roster. I turned around and I walked out. And Jim, who was the commissioner of the league, goes, "Chris, I hope you're not mad about this." And as I was walking up the stairs, I turned around and said, "You're goddamn right I'm mad about it." And he turned around and he started off, and I went off on him, man. And he goes, "Well, Chris," he said, "apparently you said the right thing." I said, "You're goddamn right I said the right thing to him, Jim." I said, "Because I knew if I had to sit out a game, I called him a stupid goddamn son of a bitch, trying to earn the right to sit out this game."
Yeah.
And all the parents sit out there. So here's what I did. I sat behind the third base. I sat behind third base, and I called every pitch from behind third base and called every play from behind third base. And then I called that umpire in the parking lot and said, "Even though you kicked me out of that game, my team still won that game, you son of a bitch."
You got. You guys do that. You guys fucking Southern accents makes it so much funnier.
I said, "You son of a bitch." I said, "You think you're a tough man. If I'd have caught you out here 15 years ago, I'd have beat your goddamn eyes out of your head, you motherfucker."
Hey,
Now, here's the thing I used to say when I knew we was going into a game, because, my basketball teams, like I said, they call Chris's cutthroats. I'd call them, I said, and I do it like this, try to do it, "Boys, we ain't losing this game. Not this game. Not tonight."
you go into that deep low.
"Boys, we ain't losing this game. Not this game. Not tonight."
Yeah, you do that good.
And I remember one time we was playing this game, and I had my boys in there, and I said, "Boys, I want you to be calm." I said, "Because we ain't losing this game, boys. Not this game. Not tonight." And my best defensive player goes, "Coach Peaks, I knew you was going to say that." He said, and he was chomping at the bit. And I said, "Be calm, Kobe." I said, "Because I'm fixing to put the leash off you, boy."
Chris, you remember that case that you told me to look into?
Robert Blake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking, instead of me looking into it, just brief me on it. Tell me what's going on.
All right, so Robert Blake was married to Bonnie Lee Blakely. And
When was this now?
2000 2000, 2001, somewhere around there.
Okay, fairly new. Okay.
Okay. So they went to dinner one night, and um, Robert Blake had a habit like me. Like he parked